Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of the Bard's Tale Trilogy. We're doing an Iron Man run with a solo Bard player character. Alright. We are level 13. So I'm still waiting to get some better monsters in my party. Gonna give that a shot. Hey Jimmy, welcome in. How are you doing? Solo means we can't be betrayed by Duncan, he says. No betrayals. Oh yeah, Ninja wants to join. Let's replace the wolf. Nice. Actually gonna move the assassin back here. These ninjas can throw. I might put one way back here to encourage his chance of throwing. Jimmy says, I think I asked this before, but a solo run is like Wizardry 4 where you can have goons and stooges with our fighting force. Yes, exactly. And if our player character dies, even if the rest are still alive, it's game over. It's considered a kill. Hey, Howmatic, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Doing well here. You saw the late stream pass by this morning? Was it another attempt from D Forte to break my current streak? No, it wasn't. Hopefully it didn't. Okay, let's do... Oh, we're out. We need to use... Let's use our Cold Horn on the Goblin Lords. Says Twitch said it was saved, but only time will tell. Yeah, you could get scammed. Twitch has been known to do that. Hey Shin, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? That goblin sure is ugly. He takes care of his teeth. Yeah, same with this ogre. He's got white pearly teeth. Yep, nope, not gonna open it. That would kill too many of us. I don't have any way of opening disarming treasure chests for the solo bard. Thanks for giving Shin a shout out, Jimmy. It's a hot day in between the current heat wave for Ham. So you can crawl back behind your computer tonight. I'm not sure how to handle the incoming or the upcoming 4 days of code red weather. Oh man. All right, I'm at a 95 stream watch streak. It saved it. Excellent. 95. Almost to the magic 100. It's going to be rare for us to get items for the bard because unless he can identify that it's a trap, and if it's a simple trap like darts or something I know I can survive the damage, I'm not going to open it. There's a chance the treasure won't be in a chest and it's just untrapped, but it's pretty rare in this dungeon. But it does happen sometimes. Tomorrow after 1 p.m., you will play it. Jimmy, it is getting hot after that. Oh, after 1 p.m., I see. That's when it gets hot. Oh, wow. Even the food delivery companies don't deliver anymore, says. That's crazy. That's very strange. You have to cook it all by yourself. Hey, look at this. We got a wizard wanting to join us. Heck yeah. That is fantastic. Unknown spell. We'll find out what he casts in a little bit here. Probably a lot of salads and ice cream. That's funny, huh? So we still need about 140,000 experience. Okay, I think I'm okay to start trying to do a fight or two. Yep, we can do this. Askan's Ogre Strength with the Wizard cast. I'm sure cast more than that too. No one's able to detect the traps. We're going to leave it. Nine whites. So far, the wizards only cast Askan's Ogre Strength. Maybe that's all he does. It seems like that's all he's doing. Oh, shocker. It'd kill probably 4 of our guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll leave it. I don't want to fight that. Okay. There goes our sorcerer. It's getting above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in most parts of Ham's country. But with another climate, then it hurts a bit more to the human body. Hmm. The ogre strengths are really boosting our damage. Combined with the bard's song. Gotta leave it. Okay, let's go get our sorcerer back. I'm gonna run from that. That's a little bit too dangerous. Nope. Nope. All those are way too dangerous. Sorcerers. No. All right, we can do this one. Can't detect the trap. Yep. Gas cloud. Oh, that'd kill 4 of our guys probably. No, not gonna do it. One of these rooms, yeah, this one here has ghouls. There goes our ninja. Uh-oh. Wow, they killed us already. Holy moly. Yeah, D Forte just got killed. Alas, your party has expired and has gone to adventure heaven. Sorry, bud. Well, that was short. Man, they did a lot of damage. How many hit points did my bard have? 112. They killed the bard, I think, with 2 or 3 hits. I should have been paying attention to how much damage they were doing. That's nuts. Hey, Helgar, welcome to stream. How you doing? You're dead, Jim. Jimmy says, is Duncan in chat? Okay, delete. Better remove them. Delete. Okay, let me think for a minute. So we're not going to have any money if I continue from this, but the map will be revealed for the little bit that I did. Not sure if it matters. I mean, if I want to open treasure chests, I'm going to have to do a rogue or a conjurer. Could do a solo rogue. Be kind of boring. It would actually be pretty easy with the solo rogue too. I don't really want to do that because they could just hide. It'll be really hard without a bard or a caster of some kind. Could go solo hunter. Helger says, and so it was that Tarjan the Mad God annihilated everything. The end. Hey, Stilly Pat, welcome in. How are you doing? Ground floor of a new Iron Man run. Hey, kids. Hey, Zombo, welcome. How are you doing? Okay. So if I did a monk, they can use the compass. They can also use the Staff of Lore. For healing. Can't open treasure chests. It's gonna be so hard not opening treasure chests. I'm not doing a solo caster. I've already done that. That's easier. It's way too easy. So I could do rogue and just not hide, or only hide if I know I'm in deep trouble. We could do that and just make it where I don't hide all the time. I could disarm traps on the ground that way too with ground disarms. If I find any. Okay, we'll do a rogue. I don't really like doing that, but the not opening chests is pretty rough. And we can still die in the beginning trying to open chests with the rogue. They'll fail quite a bit until I get them higher level. Oh gosh, no, we're doing challenge runs. We're not doing 7 characters. ABH Jimmy says always be hiding. Yeah, I've played through this game Iron Man multiple times, Helgra. I've already beaten this many times, Iron Man. So I'm doing things much harder. I've even beaten it with a solo caster, Iron Man. So I'll do a rogue, but I will not hide unless I feel like I really have to. In the beginning, hiding will fail a lot. It's once it gets over 100%, then you can hide all the time. It gets kind of scammy. Hey, Barbara B, welcome in. Thanks for the raid. I'll give you a shout out here. What were you playing? Oh, someone already shouted you out. Seven rogues would actually be way too easy. Way too easy. Yeah, thanks for the raid. I really appreciate that, Barbie. Let us all know what you were streaming. Okay, let's see here. We want 17 luck and 18 dexterity. That's, I can do better than that on con. Yes, this is my mod where you're not forced into certain classes. Because otherwise you have to have a bunch of characters in your party. I made it where you can beat it with anything. Okay, let's do different rogue picture. Let's do this one. Sneaky rogue. All right, there we go. Sneaky rogue. We do have some things we can sell those in the party inventory. Can't be using the cold horns and all that anymore. Alright, let's get them as best armor as we can. Let's get a few wolf figurines. Alright. Okay, let's start leveling them up. You've been seeing some classic retro RPGs you've been playing lately, Barbaby says. Yeah, I normally that's what I do, is lots of RPGs. Actually, I'll go ahead and attack. So what were you streaming, Barbaby? Thank you very much for the raid. I wasn't sure if you heard me or not. Okay, let's get another wolf. I think I'm going to have him equip a bow. Well, I could do shurikens. They're a little more expensive, but yeah, let's do that. Barbaby's been playing Pillars 2 on Trial of Iron. It's slow and painful, but we're alive. Well, that's good. I have not played that. It's painful, huh? Let's just hide. It's gonna be weird not having any music. Okay, there's our first level up. Seven hit points, 5 disarm, 5 identity, 11 hide and shadows. Okay. Fine with that. No save scum here. We don't do save scum. Halberd, not a halberd, but a halberd. Wolves biting skeletons. That's pretty funny. I could just imagine them pulling off a leg and running away with it. I got a bone. You can talk about what you want, Zombie. You don't have to, just because I'm playing a game, have to not talk about soccer. Talk about it if you want. Four hit points. Okay. You're joking? Gotcha. It's funny how quickly you can level up with one character in the beginning. And I even have legacy requirements on, which makes the experience take twice as much. Run. I don't want to fight magicians. Six hit points, Constitution. All right, take it. 44 disarm traps, 35 identify, 46 hide in shadows. Now, for those that don't know, as you go into dungeons, the deeper you go, it subtracts from those values. So, like, disarm traps may only be 20 or 10, depending on how deep you are in the dungeons. Based on the dungeon difficulty level, basically. Hey, Duncan, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Starting stream while I'm cooking in the kitchen scam, he says. You got kitchen scammed. All right, let's get an Allie's carpet. Some more shurikens. Almost to the next level. The bard got wiped already, Duncan. He got killed by ghouls. 2 or 3 hits from ghouls and he was dead. I wasn't paying attention how much damage they were doing. I didn't think they'd be doing 30 plus damage per hit, but they were. So now we're doing a rogue so that I can at least disarm and open traps. I'm not going to have music, which sucks, because that's a huge benefit to monsters in your party. $15,000. Oh, we have to fight them. Jimmy says, notice how he sneaks in through a side hatch after the first run ended in disaster, acting all innocent. Jimmy said that about Duncan. Duncan says, say no more. Jimmy doomed yet another run with his presence. Jimmy says, do you see how he defames me, chat? He's lucky the Emporium's lawyers are tied up with all those class action lawsuits. Class action lawsuits due to selling +0 wooden shields. +0 wooden shield for 1,000 gold. Hey DC, welcome in. How are you doing? Ooh, an oil flask, nice. So I see the Bard run would be too easy. Going hard mode now, lol. This will actually be a lot easier than the Bard if I spam hiding, which I don't want to do. I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to refrain from it once we get stronger. Because basically the rogue will never die. So I don't want to do that. But all the monsters we have will be much weaker without Bard Song in there. Thanks for giving DC a shout out, Jimmy. 1,000 gold for the +0 wooden shields when they're on sale. I did add in quite a few rogue only items too. So those will be fun to use once we find some eventually. Another training spot just opened, DC says. So here goes the interview merry-go-round again. Hopefully not 2.5 months of them again. Oh. I'm not sure I 100% understand what you're saying, DC. Are you saying that the work you've been doing, you're no longer doing? Oh yeah, we got luck. +7 hit points and luck. Take it. It's a story too long to tell. Thought I'd already mentioned it to you before. Okay, you know, I totally get it. Don't try to do it in a text chat. Well, I knew before when you were looking for work, it was taking forever. Like you had to wait forever for that. Well, I hope whatever the situation is, it goes okay. Zombies keep hitting my wolves. Super long story short, I tried to interview for a trainer a while ago, didn't get it. Another spot now is opened up though. Okay, I see. Well, good luck with it. I sure hope that it goes good this time. Job hunt can be very, very rough. Okay, we're due a level up. Let's go get that. Three hit points and intelligence. Okay. So if you do this ranged attack right here, if you have like a bow equipped, it will only use the arrow if the enemies are still there by the time your action goes. But if you do use like this and you pick an arrow that's say in your inventory or party inventory, it will spend it even if the enemy's dead by the time you go. But you can use other arrows that are in your party inventory then. Like if you had mithril arrows, I can go 50 feet. So since I have the bow equipped, I'm just going to do R here. And then we're less likely to waste one. Duncan says, my cooking is magnificent. Now I must go and chase Jimmy off my front lawn. The aroma of food has brought him down from the mountains. Jimmy the Mountain Man. Jimmy says, Duncan lives with the rednecks. I live with the hill people. The Duncan Jimmy feud. There we go. Level up do. Jimmy has blue skin as well, Duncan says. 3 hit points, 1 strength. Okay. Get some oil flasks. All right, we'll try to go into Tarjan's catacombs. Wait for a monster to hopefully join us. That'll be better than the wolves. We're gonna get killed so quickly though. We can't run. Cross our fingers. Good news is if we do manage to kill some stuff, I can finally try to open the chests. It's our disarm. 74. It's weird not having any background music. These monsters will be able to hit us pretty easily. We only have -2 armor class because we don't have a Traveler's Tune. I don't think so. Okay, this we might be able to do. Oh boy. The gas cloud, 74% chance to disarm. If we fail this, success. And we got a mithril dagger. Let's equip that. Gosh, I should get higher levels. You gotta get that disarm trap higher than that. Need 14,000. Okay. We need about 9,000. Clean up the money. Arrows. Now we only need about 6,000. Got 3,000 now. That thief only had 7 gold. He's not too good at his job. Duncan says, I did some research. Jimmy does so well as a gnome or kender because he is a smurf. A cheaty smurf who runs the crooked shop in Smurf Village. Hey, Slater, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Okay, we need less than 500. There we go. There's our level up. Let's go get it. Eight hit points. Disarm went up by 9. Nice. That's way better. 83 instead of 74. Still some room that we won't be able to do it successfully, though. Save it. I haven't saved in a while. Slater says, D4T, you may know this, I brought up in a game developer's stream chat. Do you know of any RPGs set in a typical office world? Think like Bard's Tale or Eye of the Beholder view of the world. but with cubicles, office tower floors, etc. The only one that I can think of is, and I don't know the name of it, um, Legacy of the Ancients, I think. Have you ever heard of that one? It's it's not exactly what you're talking about, but it has some modern class types, like a scientist and some other things. It's not like I think that's what it's called. Let me double check. You can go like in a library type, wandering around and stuff. Make sure I got the right name. But it's not like an office building with cubicles. Trying to find a screenshot. No, that's not the game I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can come up with the name. I've seen Retro Island Gaming, Andrew, play it. You meant more of the game setting, wandering cubicles, fighting HR, etc. Oh, okay. No. Office Space, the RPG? Yeah, I don't know of anything like that. Yeah, that would be kind of fun though. The closest one I can think of probably would be Wasteland. Um, Wasteland allows you to fight in office buildings and stuff, and you can kill just regular people. But it's futuristic. It's apocalyptic, so it's not really what you're describing. But that's the best thing I can think of. That would be pretty funny though. Duncan says, make it using unlimited adventures. Yeah, you could. But you'd have D&D classes. Unless you hacked it. Yeah, sure thing, Slater. Sorry, I wish I had better information for you. Let's get him up here. I think this thief, yeah, he can shoot. Another game, it's not at all what you're talking about as far as fighting HR and cubicles and stuff, and it's purely text-based, but Back in the bulletin board days, there was a game called Food Fight that I played all the time, and you'd play it on bulletin board systems. And it had what's called stains instead of hit points, and you'd have food fights against, like, one-on-one against other people in a cafeteria throwing food and stuff, and you could get like a garbage can lid as a shield, and you could upgrade your food and stuff. That's the only other thing I can think of that's completely different, which is RPG-ish. But that was just duels. It wasn't like an actual game where you would go explore or anything. But it was fun. You'd log into a given bulletin board and you'd be able to play. Usually you could do, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 fights before your quota was up that day. And it was controllable by the system operator. And if they could make it where you could have unlimited fights, but I would hardly ever see that. And your character would be stuck there, like off when you're offline, and so people could challenge your character, which the computer controlled, and then they could take you out, and then the next time you logged in, you'd be like, wait a minute, what happened to my character? Like you'd lose equipment and stuff. There's a lot of interesting games on bulletin boards. There's another one. I think it was called The Pit, if I remember right. RPG-ish duels. $18,000 we need. We're out of arrows equipped. I'm gonna fight that. That was a good amount of experience. 11,500. Nice. Hey, Mr. Spock, welcome in. How are you? Happy Thursday. Or Friday, he says. Defend. Need to go get some more arrows. Miss Spock says, so I watched your Wizardry 8 stream last night and it got strangely cut off. Did you face the last group with the level 5 bandit? Yeah, what happened was, and I put in the text, but it probably doesn't show up. Either my graphics card crashed or Twitch crashed with OBS. It gave a network error with OBS. So then I'm like, oh, my graphics card crashed. So I'm sitting there talking and still playing. And then I played for probably 5 minutes. I killed the rogues. I even went up and killed these seekers. And I'm like, oh, chat's kind of quiet. So then I go over and look at OBS and it was not sending at all. It was at 0 kilobits sending out. So when that happened, it basically died and didn't even tell me. And so yeah, I'm like, well, I guess stream's over. So then I just quit. I didn't try to restart it. It was super annoying. So I'll have to know if that ever happens again to check OBS and make sure it's still actually sending. Yeah, that was frustrating. Duncan says there was an error because V Forte keeps using cheese tactics. The run he's doing, he needs those tactics, Mr. Spock says. Yeah, I was very annoyed. At least I only did about 5 minutes of fights and stuff. So there wasn't too much lost to the stream. And I don't even know when it cut out. Was it when I was fighting the bandits? It probably was. Because I think I fought the bats before that. And I feel like it crashed on me when I was fighting bandits. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go kill the seekers too. And then I checked. Okay, let's see what we get here. 9 disarm. +2 hit points, +1 con. Okay. So our disarm traps is 92. That's pretty darn good. Still an 8% chance on the first level of the dungeon that it'll fail. It might even be the difficulty level adjusted as well. I don't think it's just how deep you are in the dungeon. Try to get some monsters to join us. Mr. Spock says, I was enjoying the computer. Just decided to throw so much at you, lol. Yeah, I don't know. It was super annoying. But yeah, it did throw a bunch at us. The rogues and then 21 rats or something. You were debating whether to fight that small group with the level 5 bandit, and you decided you would. But before you could start, it went poof. Ah, okay. Yeah, I did kill those. It was actually easy. I was commenting that I'm really surprised how easily we're hitting this level 5 bandit. So all that was lost then on stream. Yeah, and after that I killed some seekers and then I stopped. So it was only like 5 minutes. Ouch. Scale armor. Hey D, welcome in. How are you doing? Back to some Bard's Tale, that's right. Oh my goodness, no way. It's a solo rogue. I was doing a solo bard and he died to ghouls. So instead of doing a bard again, I switched to a rogue. The bard's actually easier in the beginning because our bard music can boost all of our monsters in our party, but the rogue will make it where we can open treasure chests and disarm floor traps if I can find ground disarms. So we're going to give this a shot. Saved by treasure chest, maybe. Yeah. hopefully we can get some good things here. Fairly balanced, the different classes and what they can use and find. There should be a couple wand types that the rogue can use. Some rogue only items. Okay, let's give this a shot. Let's throw oil flask. Nomads. Okay. No items. I'd like to find a staff shield, because the rogue can equip that to lower his armor class and still hide in shadows and get critical hits. Don't know if I can find one on this level of the dungeon though. Did get Allie's carpet, right? Yeah. Nope. It's a bit too much. Don't any monsters want to join this party of wolves? No. Uh-oh. We have to fight. I'm going to try to hide, because we're in trouble. Probably just replace these wolves. Let me see how much it cost. Oh. No, we'll go ahead and heal them. 2,000. They were aged. Hey RC, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Jimmy says, can't teach an old wolf new tricks. Yes, the Bard run is over. The Bard got hit by ghouls, got killed. So we got a level 10 rogue right now, solo rogue, which will actually be harder in the beginning, I was saying. But we can probably escape easier because if we can successfully hide in shadows, even if all my monsters get killed, I could run. We could open treasure chests. And if I can find ground disarm items, then I can disarm traps on the ground too. Honestly, this character shouldn't be in this catacombs. This area is a bit dangerous for us. But I'm trying to accelerate the progression. Let's go do some fights. Shocker, 92% disarm chance. Ah, we got an I Ching, which only monks can use. That would have been great. But we don't have a monk. Ooh, only 23% chance to disarm because they can't detect the traps. Nope. Leave it. That was a lot of experience, so 7,300. Heck did I go? Completely in the wrong place. 5,000 for the I Ching. Okay, bye. Nope. Oh. I don't think I want to do the white fight here. Let's skip that. No. Master Thief strikes a wolf, hits for 19 points of damage, unequipping its cure. Glad it did it to the wolf. Do this one. Run. Keep getting scammed with all these casters. Hey, IB, welcome to chat. How are you doing? Thank you. Stop putting casters. No. You're doing good. Glad to hear that. Robes, really? You need to head back to this game. Never finished it, IB. Alright, success. I have to leave it. That's our level up. That should give us hopefully close to 100%. If not 100% on disarming. The game is torturing you, Mr. Spock says. It is. We're getting scammed. IB says still stuck on Octopath Traveler 0 though. It's like Final Fantasy 4 on steroids. A buddy of mine told me to play through, so I kept my promise. Okay, we should have 100 on disarming. So in theory, as long as we can detect the trap type on this level, it should automatically open any chest. Until we get deeper into dungeons. There we go. Auto disarm. Nope. No way. 8 conjurers. I think what you did wrong on this game in particular is save scum the level up over and over, like for a long time. And then I got burned out doing that. Yeah, that would totally burn you out. I mean, you definitely don't need to do that to beat the game. I've Iron Man this several times now. Through all 3 with the regular party. So it's definitely not required. And I'd never save scum. In fact, when you do Iron Man runs, I've said this before, it totally changes how you play a game. It makes it way more fun because you use resources and things you wouldn't normally do. Because you're kind of forced to survive. Makes it way more fun. And that's how you really get good at games too. Okay, let's see here. This is gonna be a rough fight. That you think when you revisit you'll do it your way? Yeah. Yeah, it should be a lot more fun that way. Mr. Spock says, even though I don't play Iron Man runs, I often try to apply your Iron Man playstyles. That's sweet. Okay, we have 1 dead wolf. Unidentified offhand. Okay, let's see if we can ID it. Rogues have that ability. It's a tower shield. Need about 30,000 experience. Yeah, we've got 5 wolves in our party. I'm doing what's called a solo. Oh, nice. We got ground disarm. This is a new item type I added for thieves. Well, rogues. Because in the original game, rogues couldn't disarm traps on the ground. You had to have a conjurer. The conjurer was the only thing that could do it. It would cast traps out. I always thought that was so dumb. So now the rogues, if you happen to find those ground disarms, you can do that. But anyway, it's a solo player character. We just have a single rogue. If he dies, it's game over. And then any monsters or things that I can get to join my party that the computer controls. I don't get to control what they do. RC says an unidentified offhand just turns out to be a rancid left hand. So that only had 2 charges, that ground disarm. But that's okay. Better than nothing. Hydra ring. That's nice. So that'll give us regeneration of hit point ability. Nice. Now we have healing, because otherwise we just have to use health potions. That's the only way to heal with this ring. Yeah, it's a crazy challenge. I like doing the crazy challenges. Mr. Spock says, it is still an offhand if it's on the floor. Offhand on the floor. Yeah, Hydra ring, nice. Getting groped by a zombie. Unidentified armor. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Nope. Have to take it to Garth's. We can't use it anyway. No way. I don't like that conjurer. I think we can still do this though. He's trying to cast Freeze Foe on us, and if he does, watch our armor class if it succeeds. It's -2 right now. It'll go up to like 8 or 9 or 10. Okay, he's 40 feet. If he gets to 30, I can hit him with an arrow. Okay, advance. Got him. Mace. Mr. Spock says, not only are you one of the only few players that plays these games, you are definitely the only one who has played so many variations on stream. Yes. That is definitely true. iBeat says, I wonder if there is any new games coming out as deep as Wizardry 6, 7, or 8, or Grimoire, or even Elmanage Gothic coming out on the horizon. Those are my favorites. I don't know, iBeat. I'm not a good person to tell you what's coming up because I don't keep track of stuff like that. I play so many older games just frequently, you know. I'm never up to date on what's coming out. Unless somebody tells me. Let's go get some more flasks of oil. Still need to check out some of those mods you did on Wizardry 7. Thank you, thank you. Nope. Mithril dagger, that's what we already have. Wizardry 7 is your favorite all-time game? RPG? Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's. You are definitely not alone. Oh, this would be a lot of experience. I think we can do this. Yeah. $14,000 experience, that's enough for a level up. Excellent. Three hit points, 1 constitution, 6 identify. Nice. Gonna have some dead wolves here. Run. Getting too close for comfort there. I think it's going to be cheaper for us to summon new ones. Kick. Spider wants to join. Oh, it did get killed so quickly. I'll leave it in peace. Yeah, it's funny. It's just like in the wizardry games, how quickly things can go wrong in this game. There's no hand holding. Oh man, this would be a lot of experience. I think we can definitely do this because ninjas have way less hit points than ogres. Cold horn, can't use it. That's 13,000 experience right there. The risk is crazy since ninjas kill you with one hit, right? No, they can't. The master ninja can. There's a master ninja in the game, but the regular can't. But the regular can, they can throw shurikens. But they don't do critical hits. Nope. Oh, I can't run. Try to hide. Look at that. Killed my whole party. That's why I did not want to fight that, but I couldn't get away. Lots of wolf corpses in there. So what are the critical hit danger creatures? There's a lot, Mr. Spock. There's different types of effects in the game. There's critical hit, there's petrify, there's possess, there's insanity. All of those effects is GG if you're playing a solo run, because if your only character gets one of those effects, you consider it you're dead. Um, and there's all kinds that can do all those. Some have, based on how I did the mod, some only have a 25% chance to do a critical hit. Some, it could be anywhere from 25, 50, 75, or 100. Same with any of those abilities. In the original game, it was 100% on all of them. No matter what, it was 100% when it had the ability period. And I changed that to give a little bit of wiggle room and to just give you more tactics and stuff. But gosh, there's so many that have those. I'd say in Bard's Tale 1, there's probably about 5 types that can do critical hits, and maybe 3 or 4 that can do petrify. Possess, maybe 2 or 3. Insanity, there's probably 10, somewhere around there. I'm gonna wait and see if we can get a caster to join us. Ibeat says, I forget what creatures, or if there are creatures that can level drain in this one. Yeah, there are. Yeah, there's probably about 5 that can level drain you in Bard's Tale 1. Mr. Spock says, is it mostly sorted by area? So in this area, you have to watch out for A, B, C, for instance. Not really. Obviously, the harder areas have a greater chance of the monsters having some kind of special ability like that. But you can't say like, oh, if I might go to Manger's Tower level 1, there's a lot of monsters that'll do critical hits. It doesn't kind of work that way. But in general, the harder the dungeon, the more likely it is they have a special ability. But some just do more damage. Like you can go to an area and they're doing 150 damage with 1 hit. So just yeah. I know that's a vague answer, but that's the best way I can answer it. I think in Bard's Tale 1, there's probably about 150 monster types. Bard's Tale 2, there's probably 300, 3 to 500 maybe. And Bard's Tale 3 is probably about the same, probably about 500 different monster types. There's just so many. Oh man, this would be so much experience, but I can't fight this. There's no way. Yeah, the thing about level drain in this game is it only drains your top level. So like we're level 12. If you get hit by something that drains your level, let's say your level drain, you drop to level 11 and you won't get drained below that. So if you go back to the temple, you just have 1 level to restore. It's not like in Dungeons and Dragons where they can level drain you down to 0 and you get destroyed. Yeah, so it's not that bad. The old condition actually is worse on player characters because that'll drop all these attributes to 1, which has a huge impact. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad compared to other games. Insanity's bad because there's a chance in a fight that the monster will attack you. Possession is really bad because it's a guarantee they'll attack you. And if you kill them in battle, they're still in your party, and you bring them back outside of a battle with enemies, they will attack you again. And you can get possessed outside of combat too, like from a trap. and it'll force you into combat. So possession's really bad, and obviously being petrified or killed is equally as bad because they're disabled, can't do anything. Old condition, just like in real life. Yeah. Ibeat says, experiencing the old condition we speak of. Yeah. Yeah, the reason why old is bad. So you see luck here. This impacts your chance to resist spells and like breath attacks and any kind of like magical effect. So when that drops to one, your saving throw drops by probably 3 or 4 is my guess. I have it written down somewhere. I calculated it when I was working on the mod. I just don't have it memorized. Which will drastically impact your chance of getting killed and taking damage and stuff. Because throughout the game, normally it'll say like, "Oh, you repelled the spell. You repelled the spell." And when you're old, all of a sudden you start getting hit with all kinds of things that you thought you were immune to. And of course, dexterity dropping to 1 impacts your armor class, which is a big deal. Strength's not really that big of a deal. You'll just do less damage in melee. The Constitution Intelligence drops has no impact. Um, the level drain, the lower your level, it will impact your ability to cast, but it also impacts your saving throws. Your saving throws is part of level. Now, if you're high enough level, it won't matter. Like if you're past level 40 probably, and you get level drained, it's not going to do anything to your saving throws because they get capped. And you will lose a few max hit points. So it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, the luck attribute's probably one of the most important attributes. It is the most important. Dexterity's second. Nomad wants to join. I don't know if this guy's as good. Let me take a look if I can see his stats. Wrong. Wrong place. Bestiary. What's his armor class? 6. No, we definitely do not want this guy. He can hit -9, so he can hit our wolves quite easily. The higher this spell save, the more likely you are to resist. So yeah, this guy's pretty rubbish. Leave in peace. Mad Dog McCree Undertaker, you better get lucky or you're gonna be dead. It'd be cool if a thief would join with better max hit points. Yeah, this guy's got 2 hit points. I'm keeping him in the back because he can shoot. He has a bow. That's what this unknown spell is. So occasionally he gets a shot in. But yeah, 1 hit and he's obviously a goner. I'm hoping a caster is going to want to join me. Like one of those magicians that completely wrecked our whole party. If I can get one of those to join me and put him in the back, that will help. But most things will be better than these wolves. If I can get a ninja, that'd be good. They'll have lower armor class. Less hit points, but lower armor class, and they can throw shurikens. Samurai too. That'd be good. Whites would have way more hit points. Lower armor class probably. Greater chance to hit. Now, ogre would have a lot more hit points. Those statues. Uh, and they can really wreck us quickly. I don't know about this. I think I have to run. This is too dangerous too. See, normally by the time you would find this place with a regular party, you would at least have a sorcerer in your party where you could summon like wind dragons, and a wind dragon would be just wrecking most of this stuff, breathing fire on it. That's why it's just so much harder. Just a single non-caster. We'll get something good eventually. We just have to be patient. Can any NPC bards join? iBeat says, or is there no such thing? I never saw one I was playing. There's a Scarlet Bard and there's some other bards, but they don't cast bard. They don't play bard songs, but they can have some spells. A spider wants to join. Yeah, this is going to be too weak. Yeah, this thing's way too weak. Yeah, like a Scarlet Bard can throw a dagger, like a knife, and do a ton of damage and throw it pretty far. But that's in Bard's Tale 2. There's also, I think in Bard's Tale 3, a Dark Bard or something like that. And I think it has a spell or two, but it doesn't play like the Bard songs. RC says, love how you run, but it doesn't move the enemy skulls past. You just don't look like you don't look them in the eye. Yeah. Yeah, you run, but you don't go anywhere in the map. You're in the exact same position. That was your next question about spells. Yeah. That would be pretty cool if you get an NPC bard that would just randomly start playing one of the bard songs. It could be kind of annoying too if he starts playing things. Now this is a good one, a Goblin Lord. We're gonna definitely take this, and we'll replace the first wolf. Yeah, this is a good one. One of the coolest things about this game is how you can just have encounters while not moving, iBeat says. Yes. You wonder if that can be modded? No. If I had the source code to this, I could do it, but all the modding I did to this, I did with a hex editor. And you wouldn't be able to do that with a hex editor. You can't inject code by just hex editing. 6 assassins, okay. Mithril arrows, nice. We can shoot those 50 feet. 9 of them. Yeah, I know what you meant. Playing a bard song via trying to mod the game engine. Yeah, it really isn't possible with a hex editor. They're not really exactly spells. They kind of are, but the mechanic's different. Thought it's playing music and everything. Like I've modded and given monsters different spells that they don't normally have. That's not hard to do, but getting it to do the bard spell mechanic where it plays the music in the background and everything, you can't just swap out something with that. Probably be very easy if I had source code, but obviously I don't own it. Come on, casters, where are you? Don't you want to join this fun party? Goblin Lord and Wolves. And 2 hit point thief. Ibeat says, you ever had ideas of classes that should be added to the game? Well, I'm working on my own RPG. I haven't worked on it in a couple years because I took a hiatus to do all the gold box remasters. But in my game, I've got probably, gosh, I don't know, 30 classes, something like that. To add to this game, it's kind of hard to say because of how combat works and everything. You could just add more caster types, but it'd kind of just be more of the same. So I think for this game lore and how they've done everything, it probably wouldn't be very advantageous to add a new class. But if you have a more complex RPG, yeah, absolutely. What kind of game you're making? Is it similar to this? No, it's very different. It's an RPG and it's kind of a quasi MMORPG, but you have a full party. You can go look at the website if you want. It's forteverse.com. FORTAE and then verse VERSE.com. It's kind of a combination of an adventure RPG with lots of community, like a big open world with lots of NPCs, community, reputation related stuff. Combat is, it can be controlled. It can either be turn based, phase based, or real time. I have it right now. I have it on turn-based, I believe, is the default. Um, it does have distances like in this game, but it's a 3D overhead view. Um, so each party member, you move together as a blob. It's a blobber, like how you move as a blob in this game, or like in Wizardries. But then once you get into combat, everybody can split up and move around, and they're kind of individual, just like in Gold Box, basically. Dungeons and Dragons games. But it's very precise. Like the distances are down to a foot, radius, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, going to the website would probably be your best bet just to see, get a feel for it. And it's very different. Like, so in most dungeon crawlers, it's like this. You have a 3D view, but you're direction oriented. And in my game, the direction has no impact on what you're looking at. Think of like King's Quest. When you go to a new screen in King's Quest, you have one view you're looking at. It's like that when you're traveling, because you're basically in an area and it shows you what's important in that area. And then you can interact with stuff in that area. But you don't have to like turn and then go straight. You just say, I'm just going northeast or I'm going west or whatever. So it's a very quasi type game. It's kind of in between some things. I try to remove tediousness and stuff. RC says, what do you think of card deck building type RPG? I really don't have a lot of experience with them, RC, so I can't really give you a good, honest opinion on them. I know a lot of people do like that kind of thing. I just don't have enough experience with them to give a preference on it. I don't like luck oriented things, I'll tell you that. Like if I can't do risk mitigation, I don't like games, but if I can do risk mitigation and there's luck involved, then it's fine. But if a game has a lot of randomness that can totally undermine stuff, I'm not a fan of that kind of thing. No, you don't have to log in. Just go to forteverse.com. FORTAEVERSE.com. Nice, more mithril arrows. Okay, I think I need to go heal. Oh yeah, when you went through to Google, it took you to login screen. Yeah. Yeah, I actually had it live with duels. I had a few people help me test it, the dueling mechanism. It's an arena basically I created. And that's what the login's for. Those people had an account. But that's not the main game. That was just for fights and stuff. Testing of fights. The engine's about 90% done. It's just all the game world content I have to create. There's a lot to that. Late armor. Yeah, it can be a player versus player, but It's also player versus computer, the arena. Like basically you can, when you log in, you can say, do you want it to be an easier fight, moderate, or hard? And depending on which level you pick, it's all Iron Man. You don't get a reload if your characters die, if your party dies. So if you do expert or hard, the reward will be a lot better, the treasure and stuff you find. But if you do easy, then you won't find hardly, nearly as good a treasure from the monsters and stuff. That gives you an option as a player. Oh my gosh. No. Oh no. We can't run. Let's hope we can hide. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be toast here. Run. We got away with just 2 getting killed. Terribly bad. I think I'm going to get another level up. I need to get that hide and shadow still 100 in case I run into something like that. That's rough. Okay, let's move him back. Yeah, those magicians, they'll wreck you quick. That's why I want to get to join me. If I can get one of those in my party, that would be sweet. I need to get that hiding shadows to 100. Now these magicians are weaker. I can do these. They're not the same ones. Have I ever experienced Mordor? The Depths of Delanjal? No, I have not. Bought it 2 years ago. It's a pretty fun game. Is it an RPG then, I'm assuming? I don't play a lot of new games because there's just so many great old ones. And I spend a lot of time working on games. 1,000. It's an RPG. Oh, it's on Windows 3.1. Oh, I'll be darned. And you just bought it? Is it one of those RPGs where it actually uses Windows 3.1's like icons built into the operating system? Hey, JRPG, welcome in. How are you doing? He says it was on sale. Interesting. Yeah, they still sell it. Wow, that's crazy. That would definitely be different. That's the first time I saw JRPG talking. So I don't know if they just showed up or if they were lurking. Oh, been lurking. Okay, gotcha. Lurkers always welcome. Ibeat says, yeah, I'm surprised you've never played it. It's kind of like an MMO, but locally. Like if we shared the same PC in the house we lived in. You can like explore and find people that died in my party and rescue them. Okay. So very similar to Wizardry 1, how you can do that kind of thing. Wizardry 5, I should say 5. Not sure 1 has that ability. Yeah, I've seen someone play that. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Gosh, was it Hesh maybe? I'm not sure. But I've never played it. I am not the kind of person that plays a lot of different games. I'm the kind of person that likes to play few games and become expert in those games. If I like them, I'll say it that way. If I really like the game, I want to be an expert. But if it's something that I'm like, yeah, I'll play through it and then I'm never going to play it again. Here we go. We got a sorcerer. Join. Swap out. Let's swap out this weak wolf. We're going to move him back here. Okay, let's see what spells he has. It's hard to get to run, though. Probably even harder to stream. Ibeat says, I definitely think you'd love it, though. But I don't want to talk it up too much. Yeah. JRPG says, are there any special NPCs you're planning to hunt for? Yes. I definitely want to get a demon in my party if I can make it to late game. Or dragons. Any type of dragon that can breathe. And then any kind of caster. And then for up front here, something like statues or just something really tanky would be great. We can't force anything into our party at this time unless we get the Spectre Snare late in the game. That's if we can make it that far, we've got it made, because then once we get that, we can use Baylor's Spellbind and force things into our party, and then we can kind of customize our party. But that's very iffy if I can make it that far. Oh, Sorcerer does Phase Blur. That's nice. It gives us an armor class boost. And he's doing War Strike, which is really nice. Mithril Scale. Can't wear it. We're due a level up, though. Let's go get that. Hiding Shadows plus 10. Perfect. Now we can at least guarantee Hiding Shadows in that first level of the dungeon. Yes, I do want to do this. Now that we have the sorcerer, I think we can. Sorcerer casts Hypnotic Image on Goblin Lord. So he does Hypnotic Image also, which is great. Nice. He Hypnotic Image the statues. Nice. Yeah, let's hide. An I Ching, can't use it. That was a good amount of experience. Hey, Liver Best, welcome in. How are you doing? Says, do you like this remaster more than the original game? Oh yeah, by far. Especially with my mods. Let's move you to here. I keep doing Hypnotic Image on them. That's awesome. They're stuck. They don't get a chance. JRPG says, I just wish they removed the timer on the death snares in Bard's Tale 2. Well, I don't know if you know this, JRPG, but all you got to do to stop the timer is just to go into the map like this. So if you come into the map like this, it pauses the real time. And then you can take your time. So like if you're trying to figure out a puzzle or something, you just go in here. Mr. Spock says, timer scam, lol. Yeah. Yeah, it's not nearly as brutal as the original game. The original game, you had no way to pause that timer. JRPG says, but the death snares were just a bad idea designed to sell clue books and worse. Call their toll 1-800 number. That's really not why it happened. I know people will say that, but I've talked with Michael Cranford about it. I interviewed him. And he's basically with Bard's Tale 2, there was hardly any playtesting done. He's the one that did the playtesting. And since he made the game, like it wasn't that hard for him. And he has said that. He's like, everything I've put in the game is things that I thought would be fun for me personally, and he assumed other people would find it fun too. So it was totally lack of playtesting. It wasn't that they were trying to make more money selling stuff or anything. Although that is, people have said that. That's not the case. JRPG says, I'm glad other developers never jumped on the death snare design. Yeah. Honestly, Most people, when they play those games, they'll just use a clue book anyway, and then the timer's not really a problem. So I don't think it really impacts too many people. But I totally understand what you're saying. You're not the only one that doesn't like them. Mr. Spock says, right. He had no idea how hard it would be because he knew it. Cheat to win. Yeah, exactly. That's what happened with Wizardry 4 too. They did not have much playtesting on that. Basically, all those old games like that, the staff were so limited. The people were all doing everything themselves. And so they didn't have many other people testing things. Nowadays, it takes 100 people to make a game, unless it's an independent game. And so you'll have, 10 testers. But the other thing about the remaster with the death snares, they slowed down the timer too. If you hover over this, it'll tell you how much time's ticking down, and you can watch it. It does not tick down at normal pace. So they've given you several outs. They slowed down the timer, and then you can just pause it by going in the journal. Michael Cranford did another game after Bard's Tale when he went independent. And he didn't program it. He was a designer, a consultant designer. I want to say it starts with an N. And that one was even worse. A lot of people hated it because the whole game itself was running off a timer. And you had to do things in a certain amount of time. I want to say it's called Ninth something, but that may not be right. I don't know. I've never played it. I just know about it, and I've researched it and read about it. So people hated that because a lot of times there was hidden stuff where you didn't know that was happening. And the next thing you know, you ran out of time. Mr. Spock says, unless you're D Forte and can do the work of 20 people by themselves. No, that's not true. Thank you. That wolf's a little bit injured. I think I'll go heal him up. Yeah, I've been remastering Pools of Darkness. All the gold box games I've remastered. SSI couldn't make up their mind with how they wanted to do things. So I don't know if they had different people working on the different games, but they kept doing things different, and all the engines it's just driving me nuts. I feel like about 80%, 85% of it's the same. And then 15%. In each game, it's something totally different. And I always have to reverse engineer what the heck they were doing. Pools of Darkness is no different. Miss Spock says, I tease. Thankfully, you didn't have to reverse the gold box games entirely. It's still so impressive. Yeah, the base that I started with was great. I would say it's only about 20%. of the actual games I've had to do though. Like he saved me probably about 6 months of work though, honestly. So that was good. JRPG says I was watching Mytrel do a run at the Unity remake of Daggerfall, and one of the mods he used turned off the in-game timer on the main quest. Ah, okay. Yeah, that probably actually wouldn't be that hard to do in most games. Turn off a timer or just have the timer keep resetting. That'd probably actually be a pretty easy thing to figure out. Do I want to do this fight? Yes. Mithril scale again. Can't use it. Probably not the hardest tweak, Mr. Spock says. The next hex edit stream can be D4 turn off the timer in Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, I don't know how hard that'd be. I wouldn't think that'd be that hard. I did hex edit Metal Gear live when I couldn't get across this pathway. For some reason, this like shocking path wouldn't disable even though it was supposed to. So I looked at the memory in the emulator while it was running and I had the character appear at the top. That was fun. That's the only NES live hack I did, I believe, on a stream. Metal Gear was so buggy, Mr. Spock says. I still don't know how I managed to beat it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty impressive, Mr. Spock. JRPG says DF assisted runs. Yeah. Yeah, just glitch your way all the way through the game. The most fun one I did though, I think, was King's Quest 2. Is there 2 or 3? I think it's 2. That one, I won't spoil it, but I have it on my YouTube channel in case someone wants to see it. I always wondered as a kid what was going on in a certain situation, and I figured it out. It was fun. Crazy thing to me was that the developers actually handled it. I didn't think what happened would happen, and it did. It was pretty cool. Let's hit the ninjas. Mr. Spock says that must have Nintendo powered it, but there was still some treble spots. And yeah, that was a fun one. The King's Quest one, yeah. Nice. Mithril arrows is worth the Goblin Lord dying. JRPG says, years ago, a friend of mine was struggling in Baldur's Gate 1, so I asked him if I could take a moment to look at his save file, and I hacked a few stacks of +1 fire arrows and set some of his stats to max. He was so happy with the results. I bet. How did this guy get there? Drag him. There we go. Yeah, it was very rare for developers to encrypt their files, data files back then. And some that did, you could even decode once you figured it out. Pretty sure Wasteland's original files were encoded. And I spent some time figuring out how to decode those. And then I could mess around with stuff and figure out how the game engine handled attributes like luck, weapon skills, and all that. All right, guys, I think that's a good place to stop for tonight. Huge progress. Mr. Spock says, I did that with Pool of Radiance, Ruins of Mythdraenor. Fun game, but I mixed my character and also changed the game speed because it was so slow. But I also did a solo run because that's my thing. Nice. All right, everyone. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.